My name is Dan Reardon. I studied a Bachelor of Science with a major in Analytical Chemistry at Charles Sturt. There were lots of opportunities here, so I can keep my connections and my network because I grew up in Temora, and the casual sort of lifestyle. The benefits of studying science at Charles Sturt included quite a practical course. So there was lots of hands-on stuff, lots of instruments that I got to play with over the course of my degree. The flexibility of the course as well, so we got to structure our own sort of majors and minors. We also had electives we could take, and I found that quite handy, so I did a bit of botany and biochem. With Charles Sturt, I actually studied online and internally. Online I found quite handy because it could be quite flexible, especially during the last stage of my degree. So I was actually working full-time while completing my studies here. The majors that are included in the course at Charles Sturt University are analytical chemistry, conservation biology, mathematics, microbiology, immunology, physics, plant science and spatial science. During the last year of my studies, I undertook a 5-week placement as part of the analytical chemistry major. From that I actually obtained my last job, which I spent 3 years at, so it was a good little advantage of that. So the benefit of being involved with a research project in my final year was that I got to make some pretty good connections and networks with the academic staff. Also just gain that little bit more experience working with some of the instruments which I wouldn't normally interact with. Fluorescence spectroscopy I actually studied in my final year, and then I actually got to do a project with what I just studied, which was pretty cool. So I currently work at the Environmental and Analytical Labs, which is just behind us. What I do currently is basically testing lots of water and soil samples for certain metals and other particulates that people are interested in. From those results we can see if the water is actually drinkable, or the soils, a lot of that goes into the farms, so whether they can use the soil for certain applications. The exposure I had to the range of analytical techniques throughout my degree actually prepared me for the workforce. I had a lot of practical skills that I'd obtained from just toying with the instruments that other universities probably wouldn't have. We have like a devoted time to just sit by yourself, play with the machine, see how it works, play with the parameters, sort of learn how to make it dance, I guess. So I'd say to anyone that was looking at studying a Bachelor of Science at Charles Sturt, give it a go. That you have quite good networking opportunities with other students and academics, and the teaching staff here are great. Like, we had quite small classes which were good, so you'd actually have a personal relationship with some of the academics, and the opportunities that are available here are pretty endless.